Okay, so I have this slightly radical question, and the question is about the humans, the overall human psyche uh, towards a particular domain of human life. I just want to say, or I just want to start with, you know, I sometimes wonder the reasons, you know, because in this whole life, what is the exact motive that we are born for? Do we really know that? Or we just fix different types of agendas or goals or aims in our life and then we chase them, pursuing them, and try to say, like, this is how we give meaning to our lives. Is this really the thing that we are supposed to do in the life? Do we really know? Or is it like we are simply doing whatever we have our hands because uh, for example, there is a person who is born in, let's say, a very poor country. There is this African country, uh, Burundi. Yeah, Burundi it is. So there is a person who is born in Burundi, and there is another person who is born in, let's say, USA, in a very rich family, and both of them, they, let's say, they want to study. Or let's not even talk about study. The person who is born in USA in a rich family is capable enough to pursue the goals, to pursue education, to live a very wealthy, very luxurious life. And in the end, there is a very high possibility that they, or the person born in USA, will reach heights in their life. But the person in Burundi, the person might not even be able to know the value of studies, the education, and they may not even desire to reach those heights. On the other hand, this is one perspective. Okay, this is something that is not in our hands. This is just, a random thing you are doing because you don't know, actually, because you are just born in such circumstances. Okay. Now, on the other hand, let's think about relationships, about love, that we call love. Okay, so in love, if you see very closely, you will realize that in any setting, in any kind of, you know social setting, or let's say in a particular place, at a particular place, if there are two people, okay, who are engaging in a relationship, who are in a relationship, and they are calling it love, that is not love. Basically, that is because if there is a person who is attracted towards another person and they exchange their proposals, when both of them accept and they start living, they start enjoying their companies, and they call it love. No, I don't think that is love. The reason is, you know because it's like it's like a relationship, it's like a bond, a social bond, which you are trying to establish, because the inner chemicals or the hormones of your body, they demand you to perform particular biological tasks, because you have some organs, some biological organs that you are supposed to use, whatever it is. Okay, even if you say hands, if you talk about eyes, you talk about ears, you are using them. You talk about, you take for example your body, you are using it, legs, everything. Similarly, you have some other organs, sexual organs, that you need to use for the purpose that you may not know explicitly, but that's hidden in your biology, in your programming. So this thing love that you are calling love, it's not a love. It is the purpose that is programmed in your body that you are supposed to execute. Okay, by naming it love, the first thing. Because let's say, I mean, for example, there are people, let's say there is a person who is born in India and he goes to, let's say, France. He's in France, then there he finds, let's say, another person of his interest, and they engage, they find like this is love. And some people start calling it like that love doesn't count boundaries, it is beyond boundaries, beyond international boundaries. But no, I mean, that person is still finding another person of his interest in that locality. It is not beyond that, it is still in that locality, right? It is not something that is, I mean, it is always, it always starts with your, you know, with some sort of your sensory organs. Okay, eyes, ears, touch, or I mean something like that. It is not random, because no matter where you are, who you are supposed to execute such kind of acts. So for example, there are people, you know, they, let's say in homosexuality, people of the similar gender, or the similar gender orientation or sexual orientation, I can say, they participate in a relationship, but still they want to have baby. Why do they want to have baby? We should ask this. They want to have baby because that is what they are supposed to do. That's inbuilt in their programming, in their body, that is desired out of their body that they have. It's no, even if they cannot produce together, they need some external support from some medical practitioner. They have to, because they have to execute the task at any cost, or somehow. And mostly the people, they try it this way or that way. So my point is that the use of the word love for such kind of intimacies is 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 completely absurd. I would say that is not, like, I will say love is completely different. And for that, I can make another video. I can try to explain what love basically means, and how can we bring it in our life. Because if you will know, and if you will experience, because knowing is one part and experiencing is, you know, beyond knowing. It's just something that you can feel. So once you will know and experience what love is, you will never really desire for someone else to be there to help you in your, or for your desperate needs, you know. Because love in itself is self-fulfilled. It does not require the need of an external support. Okay, so we will continue that part in another video.